Okay, we're gonna try this again. We're waiting for Angie to come back. Oh, I hate that it knocked us out. We were having fun. Angie's gonna come back in a second and rejoin us. So thank you guys for coming back. Thank you, Otto, for coming back. Voila, here we are. And we'll finish talking. Oh, Angie's coming back in five. There
Hi,
you
hopefully
are.
it'll work again.
I know, that sucks.
Oh, story of my life.
I know.
Zoom calls,
Right.
stuck.
Right. And I don't know if it was me because I got onto my wireless. I think I was on my data before, but it looks better now. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, you look great,
Thanks, you too.
as
Welcome
usual.
back. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
So where were we? We were talking about sex and marriage and sexy jewelry and keeping it spicy and body jewelry. Wait, body chains?
Yeah, it's this body chain, it like sits kind of like a vest a little bit. It's
Hmm.
really comfortable, but it's really pretty. You got to see it.
Yeah, yeah. You got to post those, and we got to do a photo shoot. I need a photo shoot with the body chains.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah,
You do.
yes, yes. We need to talk about that. We can do a whole thing. You
That would be
know?
awesome.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. I was thinking before I got off the Pythia ring. I was trying to wrap my mind around how you created it. And I realized that I've seen your sketches on your Instagram. And it didn't occur to me like kind of that there's this whole process. I guess for me, I thought you're kind of working the wax mold in order to come up with the design. You kind of like create it in your hands, but you actually sketch it first. And your sketches are very like mathematical even, right? There's a lot of architecture almost in what you do.
Yes. So I do both. Sometimes I just, well, I'll sketch most of my stuff and then I'll usually make like a life-size model in wax. Like this one, I did it in wax, and then um, once I got the fit right, because I didn't want the stones to like dig in the
Mm.
skin and stuff. Once I figured it out, then I did it in 3D using math. But that I
Oh,
think also comes from my background in graphic design because everything is very precise, graphic and linear, and I have OCD, so it helps when you're designing jewelry.
right. To be very precise,
Yeah.
very
Um,
specific.
but that ring was interesting. That one we made it out of wax. But then now I have like a few variations of it because I like the idea of stacking these like serpentine rings together and creating something different, and you can customize it if you want to. You know, you can get like different color bands. But from that Pythia ring, I did this one recently. I'll show you.
Oh, wow.
So this one I named it the Ayla ring because I made a version for my friend Ayla,
Yeah.
and she she's also Middle Eastern. So I made her her wedding slash engagement ring, and she wanted to create something like the Pythia ring, but using a marquise
Oh,
stone. So you know, I designed a variation of it, and then this one became another variation. So this one stacks. It's actually two rings.
oh, that's true. So can you show like how it's two, like what it looks
Yeah.
like separate?
Okay, so
Oh,
it's two rings. So this is the wedding
oh, that's the
band.
wedding band.
That's the wedding band. Look how pretty it is.
That is so gorgeous. Oh, so you can just wear the wedding. Oh, I'm obsessed.
So you could just wear the wedding band. It's not really a wedding band, but if you wear it together, it becomes the wedding band. But this is the band, and it's just very elegant.
I like that. I love it. Idol says his mind is blown. My mind is also blown. And I like that as a wedding band, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty. It's different, and also, um, so it's also inspired by Arabic calligraphy. So if you see how the lines go up and down, like with the curves.
mm-hmm. Oh, I see. That's
So
brilliant.
it's like a snake. It's also like an evil eye, a
Oh, for
protective evil
protection.
eye. Yes. And then I thought it looked like calligraphy, but for me, the intention was to create a ring that looks like an evil eye
Mm-hmm.
to protect the wearer. So this version, I made it with the blue eye. So it's like the Middle Eastern eye of protection.
So how much collaboration did you have with Aya? Like, did she come to you with the stone and she said, this is the stone I want to use? Or did she just start with like, I know the shape of stone I want?
She knew the shape. So she told me what shape she liked, and she wanted the Pythia ring that I had, the one that you had up there.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to create something like that, but with a marquise shape. So this is called the marquise shape.
Got it.
Yeah. So I redesigned it for her, and then she wanted a specific type of setting, like a bezel setting to protect it, because she works a lot with her hands. So she didn't want a prong setting. So we did like almost like a cup setting for her, but hers is different.
Got
Yeah, so this one, it's like a variation of what I did for hers. So hers has like, it's cool. It's one side doesn't have stones, and then the other side has the diamonds in it. And it's still really beautiful, but I like playing with this idea of stacking them together.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can wear them separately, or you
Yeah,
can stack 4 together, 3.
I love it.
Um, for special occasions, you can just keep getting more.
Yes. Every year. What special occasion? Every day is a special occasion. So every every year I need a new addition to my Pythia ring. Yes. I love it. I love it. What's
So I,
your
I do them in different stones as well. I have diamond ones, and pretty much like whatever stone you want, I can pretty much make it
yeah.
with. But I really wanted to do a blue sapphire. I've been obsessed with these sapphires lately. Like, they're very magical. But thank you.
What's your favorite shape? Like in a stone? I'm asking for a friend. What's your what's your what's your favorite shape to work with?
I love the marquise shape because it looks like an eye.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it depends on the actual stone. Um, oh my gosh, my husband's texting me.
Is it time to go? Well, our time is
No, no,
almost up.
no. Oh, no, no, no. It's just I try to shut the texts off, but they keep coming in.
Oh,
I told you I get distracted. um, Hi, Ray. I don't know if I have a favorite shape. I like pointy things because I like that. I like pointy gemstones because they're beautiful, but they also look a little dangerous too.
yes.
I like all gemstones, but I tend to use more like sharper shapes
Mm-hmm.
for a reason. Like, I like that they kind of look like beautiful weapons or dangerous and seductive. So I like things with points on them. So Marquise is my favorite, and I like emerald cuts too. Although I don't have a lot of emerald cut stuff right now, but I'm working on new things for
Yeah. I like
next year, next week, whenever.
right. I like emerald cuts too. I like emerald
They're
cuts.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been so much fun. I know we
This has
lost
been
our
great.
yeah, we lost a few of our minutes. So I hope I can like recover that video. I have to figure it out and share it with you. But okay, I've a couple of wrap-up questions, 2 wrap-up questions.
Yes. Yes, yes.
So you mentioned that you might be kind of doing a rebranding or changing some things. Where do you see the brand
Oh,
going?
it's not really a rebrand. So what happened was when I started my brand, I wanted to keep it separate from my advertising business.
Mhm.
And I wanted to keep it mysterious. Like, I actually don't like showing myself or my face so much. So
Really?
yeah. I like to be behind the scenes. So I wanted to create a brand that was like very strong and unique, but I didn't want to put my name on it yet. So my name is Angie Marei, and my jewelry didn't feel like Angie, it wasn't like cutesy. I'm like, oh my god, this stuff looks so like fierce. Angie didn't feel so fierce, so I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to use my name. So I came across a movie poster from the 60s. Okay, long story short, I was listening to this artist, Julie London. She was an actress and also a singer. So I was listening to her music, and I was Googling her, just, I don't know, to see photos, old photos of her. She's like very old Hollywood and glamorous and beautiful. And I came across a movie poster of a movie she was in. The movie was called The Third Voice. And in the movie poster, there's this huge tagline on the top of the poster, and it said, "It's diabolical." But they spelled it the way I spell it. And when I read it, I thought it was Spanish or Italian. So I was like, Diaboli kill? Ooh.
Right. Well,
I speak Spanish, so sometimes I read things wrong because I'm in my head, I'm saying it in Spanish. So I was like, Diaboli kill? So I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I kept thinking about it. And then I was like dreaming about it. And I'm like, I really like this name. And I was like, is anybody else using it? What does it mean? So for me, it meant like, well, it's diabolical. I got that like a week later after I trademarked it. But
right. But your
I was
intention
like,
is it to be pronounced Diabolikill?
I pronounce it Diaboli Kill because to me, that's what I had in my head. And I
Right.
like to say it that way. But also, when I was little, I was really naughty, and my nickname was Muchacha del Diablo, which means daughter of the devil.
Not the apprentice, not Dad's apprentice.
So that was my nickname, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. My pieces, they're fierce and dangerous and mysterious. I had a lot of like big black onyx pieces, like spikes and stuff. So I was like, this is perfect. And then, so the name was suitable, right?
Right, right.
And then I became a mother. And then I was like, oh my God, I felt so feminine and motherly. And I felt like a goddess and empowered. And I was like, feeling more like Marei. So I think over the years, it kind of like evolved into a more feminine brand because I went through this personal rebirth and transition. So my whole life changed. So I now want to use my name because Diaboli Kill is not my name. And also I'm doing a lot of like bridal pieces and more fine pieces. And I feel that the name Marei is just more elegant, refined, and suitable. And it's also unisex because I love doing unisex pieces and pieces for whoever, like men, women, they, everyone. So I don't want it to be like a feminine brand or too masculine. So I felt like just I'm going to start using my name. So if you go to my website, you'll see that it has Marei on it, but the website's still diabolikill.com.
Yeah.
And that's because we are still working through that. But I'm going to still do the edgy pieces, and I'm going to keep Diaboli Kill as like my edgy line because that won't go away. That will be the more experimental, gothy, fierce collection. Like all the horn stuff will go there.
I love that. Yeah.
So, and I love it because the horns for me, it's also a talisman. It's like the Italian horn. the cornicello.
Oh, I
So
don't know about that.
in Spanish, I mean, in Italian, I don't know how to say devil in Italian. I think it's diavolo.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, all of these horn pieces, they fit into Diaboli Kill, because for me, it's like protecting you against the devil,
Got it.
against the bad. So that's what Diaboli Kill to me means. It's like a cornicello, a horn amulet for protection.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll keep that name, but it will be primarily for the badass pieces to protect you on the street.
Yes, that's what I need. I need protection on the street. I need to get some protection in these streets, Angie.
Not in Atlanta, maybe New York, maybe in Brooklyn.
Right?
I mean, but that's the other reason why. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something funny. So
Okay.
another reason why I started doing fierce jewelry is because growing up in New York, in this like city in Brooklyn and Queens, like you always had to carry a weapon with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in like a decent area, but like I would hang out in some areas that were not good, but you always had a weapon. So
Yeah.
I had like, sorry to say, but
I
like a
was just
box
gonna ask you,
cutter,
what was your weapon?
keys, like you would wear your keys, and you're a woman, so you have to be careful. So we would
Yeah.
wear our keys like out like this.
Gotcha. Yes. Yes.
So like walking home late at night from work, you walk with your keys like this. And I actually made a smaller version of this before I made this one. And it
Mm-hmm.
was two like bullet horns. So they're like kind of like bullet shapes. And I
Yeah.
wore that ring and I was like, oh, I wonder if I could use it for protection if I ever needed it. And
Right.
one day I did punch a guy with that ring.
That is also a funny story.
I was at a club and this guy grabbed my butt and I was like, no, he did not. And I just went and I punched him with my ring and I felt so good. And then I ran away. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that.
So I need one now. I need.
So funny. But that's where the idea of like weapons came from. I wanted to do like brass knuckles. And I
I'm with
think
that.
when you grow up in the city, you're like
Yeah.
really into that stuff. So a lot of that history also inspired my jewelry. So like that's
I
where
just
the
knew you were
weaponry
gonna.
comes from.
I just knew you were gonna say like a switchblade. Like I used to carry a little switchblade in my
I
pocket.
used to have a little blade and I had a box cutter, and it made sense because I went to art school. So I was
Yeah.
like, well, if the police stop me, I'll just tell them like I'm an art student.
Right. It's an
Uh,
exacto knife. I didn't just use it in class.
exactly. Yeah, but like I went to Pratt Institute, and it was like pretty rough in that neighborhood, and I would come out of the art studio from school like late at night, and people were getting mugged and assaulted, so I always had to carry something.
Yeah.
So I just made it prettier with jewelry.
I love it. I love it. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. We're finding out all the secrets. I did not see the headdress in the ring before you pointed it out. I was completely mispronouncing. I was pronouncing it diabolical, but I like Diablio Kill.
Diaboli
Diablio
kill.
Kill. I like that. Now I'm gonna be really fancy. My friends are gonna say, "Okay, enough with Angie Marei. Diablio Kill." I love it. Angie, this is so fun. Okay, wait.
Oh,
Last,
this is
last,
great.
last question. Last question. I
Yes.
promise you for this though. Your favorite song, or one of your favorite songs?
It's so hard to say. It depends on the day, but I think today, Purple Rain was my favorite song.
Love it.
I have a lot of favorite songs. I love music, but yeah, Purple Rain it's like my all-time favorite.
Love it. Do you have a playlist? We have to get a playlist.
I have a lot of playlists on
You
Spotify.
do.
I should start sharing them because I love music. If I could learn how to play something, I would, but I don't have time right now.
Yeah.
So I'll just like enjoy it and listen to it. I'm so glad you're enjoying this.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Muncie.
thank you.
So, okay, so I'm
I'll
gonna
share
follow
my
up.
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead. You were gonna say you were gonna share.
No,
Your
I said I'll start sharing my playlist because I enjoy making them. I have like a bunch of different things that I like. I like a lot of different types of music. So I have stuff for like creativity. So I tend to listen to different things. Lately I've been listening to like for the past week I've been doing a lot of sketching. So my new playlist that I'm obsessed with is my chill hip hop, and it's mostly like A Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
And just like old hip hop because it's like very soothing and relaxing, and it's nostalgic for me. It reminds me of like my teenagehood in New York, and
Yes.
it brings comfort in this time where I cannot leave my house.
It's interesting because a lot of old hip hop has jazz samples. It's
Yes,
like it went
yes.
from jazz to hip hop, and so
So I love.
it's so good.
So that's the thing. I love jazz too. So it's nice to hear that they sample stuff that I'm listening to as well. And I do have a great cosmic jazz playlist. So when I'm feeling hippie and relaxed, and usually I'm drawing or something, I have this great playlist. It's really good. It's mostly like Alice Coltrane, John Coltrane's wife.
Oh yes.
I'm obsessed.
Are you?
I'm obsessed.
Oh, I have to share something with you. There is this video, and I wrote a little newsletter about it. It's Zendaya and Simone Lee, who's a visual artist. They did this video for a Garage magazine. I'll send it to you. And the soundtrack, the video is like a minute and a half. The soundtrack was Alice Coltrane. It was
Is it Journey to Satchitananda?
Yes, that is it.
It's so good.
Yes. I'm gonna send that to you.
I could listen to it so many times that each time I listen to it, I hear something different. It's so out there, so beautiful. So yes, I love to listen to that, and I'll start sharing my playlist, and we should do this again. This was fun.
Yes, it was. And I'm gonna get one of those playlists from you on my newsletter. So I have the newsletter that goes out every Thursday, the Gallerie 88 newsletter. And every week at the bottom of the newsletter, I have a playlist that relates to whatever the story is, whether it's like the artist playlist or like in that newsletter that I'm talking about. I had an Alice Coltrane playlist. So
that's awesome.
Yes. So I would love to get one of your playlists.
Yes. Okay, great. I'll send it to you.
Cool. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you. Thank you guys for listening and joining us. This was so fun.
Yes, and coming back and staying with us through our technical difficulties.
I know. I think that's 2020.
Yes. And it's almost over. 2020 is almost over. It's time.
I'm excited for this new year, though. I think it's going to be great.
I agree. It can only go up from here. So
I know.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go cook dinner. This was so fun, and I will see you soon.
This was great.
We're gonna find some time to get together.
Yes, I can't wait to meet you in person.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you guys.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Have a great New Year.
You too. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.